Welcome to Sumo 101 Deep Dive from Tokyo, the secret of the Danpatsu-shiki, the retirement haircutting ceremony. Have you ever seen a sumo match live at the Kokugikan? Probably yes. But how many of you have ever been to a Danpatsu-shiki, the haircutting ceremony of a retiring sumo wrestler? Not many, I bet. Today, let's dive deep into the secret world of the Danpatsu-shiki. The Danpatsu-shiki is the ritual where a retiring rikishi has his top knot, the very symbol of a sumo wrestler, cut off. Only those who have competed in at least 30 tournaments as a sekitori earn the honor of holding their ceremony and farewell bouts on the sacred dohyo of the Ryogoku Kokugikan. It is truly a privilege reserved for those who climbed the ranks and left their mark. Who actually cuts the hair? Family members, supporters, sumo elders, and fellow rikishi, sometimes as many as 300 people, line up one by one to snip a piece of the top knot. Each cut is symbolic, a final gesture of support from those who stood behind the wrestler's career. Women are not allowed to step on the dohyo, and therefore cannot take part in cutting the hair on stage. But in 2010, when former Ozeki Chiotaikai stepped down from the ring to allow his mother to cut his hair, it became common for rikishi to move to the edge of the dohyo so mothers or female relatives could also participate. Finally comes the tomi basami, the final cut. This last snip is done by the rikishi's stablemaster, cutting the knot off at the root. It's the most emotional moment of the day. Many wrestlers break into tears, and the entire arena erupts into applause. What about wrestlers who never reach the rank of sekitori? Their ceremonies are usually held at their stable or at a hotel, often on the final night of a tournament. Sometimes the Danpatsu-shiki has even been combined with a wedding, or in rare cases performed in a hospital room during illness. In October 2025, former Ozeki Takakeisho, now known as Minatogawa Oyakata, will hold his Danpatsu-shiki. Tickets? Already sold out. The Kokugikan will be packed with fans who come to celebrate his retirement. So, what kind of events can you expect at a Danpatsu-shiki? Let's look at the most common ones. Shokiri. Two wrestlers perform a light-hearted demonstration, showing prohibited techniques and unusual moves in a comedic style. Sumo Jinku. Wrestlers in ceremonial aprons stand in a circle and sing traditional folk songs in a 7/5 rhythm. Each singer steps into the center while the others clap and chant in response, turning the solemn air into a warm celebration. Taiko Uchiwake, the sumo drum performance. The yobidashi, or ring announcers, showcase three famous drum patterns. Yo say daiko, calling the audience into the arena. Ichiban daiko, a prayer for peace and a signal that bouts are about to begin. Hane daiko, the closing drum beat, saying, "That's all for today." Originally, these rhythms were practical, beaten from a tower to announce the schedule of the day. But at a Danpatsu-shiki, they become part of the ceremony itself. Together, these performances let the audience experience the cultural side of sumo that you rarely see during a regular tournament. At Takakeisho's upcoming Danpatsu-shiki, the program will be packed with these events. He has already slimmed down significantly since retirement, and fans are looking forward to seeing him reappear with short hair and Western dress after his top knot is cut. The Danpatsu-shiki is more than just a haircut. It's a graduation ceremony for a sumo wrestler, complete with laughter, music, tears, and applause. It marks the end of one life and the beginning of another. So the next time you hear that a wrestler is having his Danpatsu-shiki, remember, it's not just scissors and hair. It's the closing of a sumo chapter and the start of a new journey.